I'm just mesmerized with all this, I guess, descriptions of what we're trying to understand and to be aware of. For me, I guess, the realization that I've gotten in this Zoom meeting is just the power of being present, and how I'm rarely there. I am usually in the past or worrying about the future. Yeah. And I guess I just got a glimpse of just being present here right now, and it almost brought me to tears. To that is like having a clear mind, no agenda, no. Hey, it's being present with myself, with you brothers, with God's greater creation, and it's I guess is that experience, I guess, is what that experience, I think, of love, as you mentioned, is what it's exciting and yearning and very appealing, or at least draws me, to God. And so, yeah, I'm just realizing how much I'm in my head rather than being integrated and connected and being here now, present, and how I, for whatever reason, I just avoid that, or my nature is not to, be in that moment, be in the now. And so there's some inner work there that I need to look at. Why am I avoiding this beautiful experience? Yes. Yeah. So I'm a little touched right now, and sitting with that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And what's so important, what you said, is the awareness of not being present is actually being present. The awareness is what changes everything. I wrote something down yesterday, actually, on the plane. And what I wrote down was this. Because I was thinking about what Merton said, and I can't find it. His exact words about contemplation. But what I wrote down was contemplation. We should realize the consequences before giving up on stillness. They are the same for all of us. Contemplation is not a feel-good practice, but a transformative practice to a clear before and after. I think if I said in the early years or the early year, what was the biggest obstacle to continuing bringing in stillness, practicing presence? And that biggest obstacle was, in your head, well, if I stop thinking, if I stop thinking, okay, I'm gonna definitely miss something, okay? But as we all have found out, only thing we're gonna miss is the misery that we cause ourselves. But more intimidating to me was, holy mackerel, I know this, when I'm not bringing in stillness in the morning practice and throughout the day, I literally have no control over my mind. And that really bothered me. It was like, whoa. But as we inner condition ourselves spiritually through doing the practices, that all slowly fades away. That's why it's It simply is not something we are going to convince anybody with in words. It just doesn't happen. It has to be an experience. It has to be an action, not knowledge.
And there has to be a practice. We had to practice at the practice. So I'm thinking of, if I want to go somewhere that's new to me, I got to find the route I'm going to go, and I got to know where to turn. And the more complicated the route, I have to write it down or, follow my GPS. But if I want to go back there, if I go and have a good experience, I want to go back there. Well, I follow that route again, and knowing me, I have to look at the map again. But after 3 or 4 or 5 times, I don't have to look at the map anymore. I know my way to that experience, that place. And when I get to that place, I'm thinking of the lake that I go to. I know what kind of experience I'm going to have there because I've had it over and over.
Yeah.
And I also know when I get to the lake and I'm not having experience, because usually I go there to disengage, but I'll carry the stuff with me, Arturo, to the lake. And I'll be like, why? I'll be agitated. Why aren't I having the experience? I'm at the lake. And then I realize, well, this is the way Jim says that you're thinking and breathing, you're thinking and at the lake, Jim. You're not at the lake, you're not present. And so the practice is becoming familiar enough that you can go there and then arrive and know what that experience is supposed to produce in you. You're aware, like you were saying, Arturo, that I'm not really present right now. Okay, but do you know, Jim says in the book, he's so succinct. It takes me, my book on contemplation would be like 13 volumes, in stillness. But he says, because is there a clear before and after? But we go, once the practice becomes familiar enough and you go there, what you're supposed to experience, then you can fall into it. And then I think there is a deepening of that experience that happens over time. The trick for me is not becoming so familiar that it becomes mundane. So I can go through the motions, but I'm not really having the clear before and after anymore. And I think that's probably one of the most valuable pieces, Jim, to me in your book, is to consistently ask that question about your spiritual practice, whatever it is there a clear before and after? And if not, and then Jim goes on, well, then do you know? So I think these analogies are helpful to me to realize what it is when I'm breathing in that hour, what I'm actually giving up is this 3 things that you say: my fear, my anxiety, and my stress.
Yeah.
I'm going to let go of that and reach out for what we're talking about this morning, the love that fills, everything. So thank you.
Excellent.